Good morning. Right, last video we had the F62 Auto Trail on hire for a week. This week we've been in a Swift Compact C205, which is also a sub 6 metre van, 5.99 metres. And we're going to go through a few things that we like and probably a few more things that we dislike about this van. If we start off at the front, the driving position and the cab, it's smoother, would you have said, than the...
Yeah, I really like the positioning, the driver's position and the passenger position.
Yeah,
It's a lot better in this van than
Yeah.
the F62.
it's automatic as well. It's got stop start, which I didn't like last year because we hired this van to do the North Coast 500 for our 25th anniversary, and I couldn't get to grips with the stop start. Didn't realise it had stop start until we'd done quite a few days in it. This one, I knew it had stop start from the beginning, and I really like it. Works well with the automatic gearbox.
I like the fact that the seats swivel really easily,
Yeah,
and they're very comfortable. And it makes the whole dinette area very easy to use.
yeah, the dinette area is better, I'd have said, than the F62 because the table's up permanently, which you'll see on the walk around on the van. It's got 4 travel seats. It's only 2 berth, I think. I couldn't see another berth being made up here.
No, it's quite tight for space, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but we'll get to that on the dislikes. We got reading lights up here that are really good. It's got a lot of USBs and 3-pin 230 volt sockets all round. The lighting's good on it. We haven't got any lighting on at the moment, but the 3 skylights are letting in plenty of light, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that's good. Let's walk our way around. I'm trying to find things I like. The bed.
It's really nice having that fixed bed.
It is.
Yeah,
You,
I prefer that much more than the drop-down bed of the F62. Definitely, and there's plenty of storage around the bed.
yeah, although the F62 was more spacious because of that drop-down bed, but because we've got a separate bed several times this week, Trudy's been in beds reading things on her phone. I've been up the front on my laptop, and you couldn't do that in the F62, could you?
No.
You either both in bed or both out of the bed. The oven's really good.
Yeah.
That works well, doesn't it?
Nice size, isn't it?
Yeah. There's got to be something else we like. Yes, the Truma heating, although it isn't working up this end of the motorhome. It's quite chilly here, but if we go up towards the bed, it's roastingly warm. But we'll get to build quality on dislikes. The Swift control panel is simple to use. It's a different one to what we had in the previous 205. It had the older style, didn't it? But this has got the 23 style control panel, which works. It's got blinds all round, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Very good. I've mentioned USB sockets. There's 2 down here, 2 in the front, one's a Type C. There's 2 at the base of the bed, isn't there? And there's 1 or 2 above the bed, one end, so that's lots of USB sockets. That's a big plus to Swift on that one. It's got a microwave, which is good. We've been on hookup all week, haven't we?
Yeah.
Which is unusual, because we normally like to have a day or 2 off grid, but it's been really good.
It's also got two 2 skylights and this large window here,
Yeah.
which makes it really quite light. It doesn't feel dark inside at all.
No. No, it doesn't. I think that's the likes.
Okay, let's move on to the dislikes.
Unless you can think of any more likes.
I'd say for me, this van is just a bit too compact.
Yeah, it is very.
I think from what we can take away from both the F62 and this is that the 6-metre van is just too small for what we want to use it for.
Yeah, it's not going to work for us, is it?
No.
I'm sure it works for some people. This van would be perfect for a single person travelling, in my opinion. Dislikes toilet, combined toilet and shower.
Yeah.
That's,
It
works.
makes it quite a tight space, doesn't it, to do.
Although the seating position on the toilet is more comfortable in this than the F62.
Absolutely, yeah.
The F62, it was too high up, wasn't it? And it was uncomfortable, whereas this is not too uncomfortable at all.
I mean, it's perfectly functional.
Yeah, it's a wet room, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But
And yes, you can shower. It's not as easy to shower as what the F62 was with its separate shower.
yeah,
That worked well for us in there. This one's not so great. First time we hired this van, and I'm assuming it's the same, you didn't like the fact the bed was hard up against the oven.
the oven, yeah. There's a piece of glass that separates the bed and the oven. And I find when I'm sleeping, I'm tending to roll into the piece of glass. It's just, yeah, it's just something I don't like about it.
Yeah. The fridge, it's small.
Yeah.
The F62 had a slimline but quite tall, wasn't it? And you could get a bottle of milk in there. Sounds daft, but you have to lay the bottle of milk down in this fridge, and
We've had several leaks, haven't we?
several leaks. Yeah.
Also, the front of the fridge comes out. It's kind of curved, so if you walk past it in that narrow space, you tend to change it from change.
Automatic it's on, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just so easy to do, and if you're doing any washing up as well, you're pressing it several times.
Yeah.
I mean, whether a really tall person would have an issue or not, I don't know, but we're
For
both
us,
fairly
that's
sure
something
it's-
that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's
And
frustrating for us.
it's something that we've now added to our must-have list, is a big fridge. We've always thought, yeah, we could get around with a small fridge, but you'll probably get one or two, well, you get more than one, but you'll get 2, possibly 3 days worth of food in there if you're lucky. But it's very tight in there to fill, so yeah, a big fridge is on our must-have list now, along with a made-up bed, which has always been there, isn't it?
Yeah.
We started off thinking 6 meters would be enough,
Yeah.
but as we're looking to go full time in the van, 6 meters isn't enough. We were out looking at some motorhomes yesterday, weren't we? And this week we've been out to a couple of different dealers looking around to get some more ideas on layouts and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely bigger than 6 meters, although you're not too sure about that 9 meter Burstner we both loved, are you? I think we'd get away with 9 meters, but realistically it's when you want to pop into Tesco's, you've got to find 2 bays that are lined up. And yesterday we popped into a Tesco's Extra, didn't we?
Yes.
Which are traditionally large, and we had to come out because there just wasn't room in there to get parked up. then it was Saturday, and it was middle of the day-ish, wasn't it? Lunchtime-ish, so it was busy. But had we been in a 9-metre motorhome, that would have been a nightmare. That would have been an absolute nightmare. 7.5-metre motorhome, it would have been more difficult than this, but you would have got out, and in the end we went to a different supermarket that wasn't as busy and had 2 spaces that we could take up.
I think also something that we've both commented on about this van in particular, you know, it's a 2023 model, it's post-COVID. The build quality on this,
It's not good.
is not as good as it was on the 2021 model that we hired.
Swift, I'm disappointed with you. And in all fairness, I would have to think long and hard about getting a post-COVID Swift model. In all fairness, you could say that about a lot of makes, because we've looked at a lot of motorhomes, and well, we were walking around the Burstner Elegance yesterday, weren't we? Brand new, best part of £200,000, and the build quality was good, but it wasn't as good as the Elegance from 2013, 2010, you know, a 10 to 13 year old motorhome, and the build quality was top notch.
Yeah.
There. So
I mean, things evolve, but the quality just didn't seem to be.
the quality has devolved, hasn't it, since COVID, I'd have said.
Yeah.
But it's not just motorhomes that I found that with. It's a lot of things in life. You know, having come from working in agriculture and seeing what machines were coming through pre-COVID and how they are since post-COVID, the quality isn't there. Electrical components as well. As I say, I think it's all through all things in life. To give you an idea of quality on this, I think we mentioned earlier in the video, the heating doesn't work up this end. There's a vent down to the left of me, and that's not blowing any air out at all. So whether it's come disconnected or the pipes blocked, I don't know. The drawers don't shut properly.
They don't seem to line up, do they?
No, and at the very oldest, this is a 9-month-old motorhome. It's got just under 7,000 miles on the clock, and yeah, what else have we got an issue with? Oh yeah, the towel rail in the shower. We went to put a towel on it and it just fell off, and you look at it and it's already been fixed.
Yeah, but I think you have to kind of say that it is a hire van, and maybe that's the reason why these things
Yeah,
happen,
but were we being rough with putting the towel on?
absolutely not.
No. You know, it's done less than 7,000 miles. At the very oldest, it's 9 months old. You don't expect that from a van of this age. I would be disappointed if I'd bought a new van like this. I know you're always going to get issues, but I think if you're buying something, our thoughts are now buy something pre-2019 before the seemingly quality issue crept in.
I think it has certainly made us, hiring has certainly made us think about what we really want from a van and what we can get in a used van
than a new one. Your money does go further, doesn't it? Yes, you do have, it's out of manufacturer's warranty, but some of these dealers are doing 2 or 3 years warranty. If you're buying from a dealer, you're going to get a little bit of comeback. I'm not saying everything's going to be covered on a warranty of that age.
Yeah. But overall, I mean, it's been a lovely week.
The
van is functional. It has things that we don't like, but there's always a compromise with a van.
No matter what van you get.
But I think over the last 2 hirings of vehicles, we've decided that the compact van is not for us.
Yeah, definitely. This has just cemented it. And we've picked up another thing for our must-have list, or must-not-have list, is must be a decent fridge.
Back to the drawing board we go.
Yeah. Right, this is the walk around of the Swift Compact C205 that we've had on hire this week. That's the entrance door. It's control panel, the Swift control panel there, and the Truma heating control panel there. That's the cab. Automatic gearbox. Electronic handbrake. Electric windows. You've got your blinds there. That's a reversing camera that's on all the time when you're driving as well, so it's like your rear view mirror as well. Works good. Couple of lockers up here. The 2 travelling seats down there. Not sure if you can see it, but that blue light is some USB sockets. That's the USB sockets there, a 12 volt accessory socket, or as I like to call it, a cigarette lighter socket. You have the 2 reading lamps either side, which have been used quite a bit this week. Really useful. Well, it's a coat hanger, but there should be a bin on the door, but we've been using that hanger this week for our bin usage. A couple of lockers there. Got my extension lead in there, but in all fairness we haven't needed that this week. There's up here, there's a 240 volt socket. Got a switch for these lights here. That's the bed up the back, but we'll come to that in a minute. The toilet, which is compact, lives with the Swift Compact name. That acts as your shower as well, which goes up there. And now I've got to do this one-handed. But you can see, as I say, this van's going to be the oldest and 9 months old, but this is already quite frayed. That it's a little locker there for your toiletries. Shower curtain there does come round when you're having a shower. Stop water coming out. A cupboard or wardrobe there, which as you can see is quite full up with our stuff. Don't know if we mentioned it in the video or not, but storage isn't great in here. It's adequate for a week away, but you wouldn't want to live in it. There's the microwave, cookers there, with an oven, decent size oven, or water storage as we like to use it for. That actually stops cutting down on the rattling. Decent size sink, 2 more 230 volt sockets there. Up in the top at the back, there's that blue light you can possibly see is USBs. Down underneath the bed, another 230 volt socket, 2 more USBs, and that's the light switch for the back lights. This is the fridge that we keep having issues with, because as you can see the space there isn't great. If you just want to pop in that gap there, Trudy, and people can see how tight it is, you sort of haven't got a lot of room, and that's why we keep rubbing up against the fridge. That's drawer for cutlery, or that's the drawer for cutlery, but that's your other bits of cutlery underneath. That is just blanked off. That is a bit of extra work surface which we've used quite a bit this week. It's done really well. But yeah, as for storage, you've literally got the 2 lockers there, the 3 lockers at the end there, and the wardrobe, and that one there as well. So all in all, it's a functional van. It's done all right for us for this week, but not the one for us.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn, but they're not gonna watch me burn. Cause baby, I got you.